Okay, so 2 weeks ago, a YouTuber some of you might know, Mrgirl. No, I would say mainly for this point. I know he's had other content, but for this point, known for his take on cuties. That weird video he did where he was talking about how he genuinely thought it was sexy. And I know there was a lot of debate as to whether that's a troll or not. I'm of the opinion Mrgirl is a troll.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't. To be fair, I mean that's your interpretation of it. I don't think I wouldn't say he's trying to say the movie is sexy.
Well,
but
I think
he
genuinely he said these
within
kids
the
are
review.
Sexy. I think that's a direct
I don't think that's
quote,
a direct quote either.
That is, I think that is. He said, let's not pretend like these kids they're sexy. Like he said it even in a weird, creepy voice. He said like they're sexy. Like so he was calling them sexy.
Well, the problem with that review,
I'm not trying to put words in anybody's
mouth.
No.
No. So that review is sincere. Like he does think the kids were presented in a way that was trying to make them sexually attractive, and he says that it worked. It did do that, and he was like, "Well, why am I thinking these kids are sexy?" So that review is sincere. Like he does think the kids were presented in a way that was trying to make them sexually attractive, and he says that it worked. It did do that, and he was like, "Well, why am I thinking these kids are sexy?" But I just want to point out he's not saying that's a positive. He's saying
right. Well,
yeah, a lot of people come away from it, and he's like, "It's great that this movie made kids look sexy, and we should make more movies like it." Which his actual point was, I think this is exploitative and went a little too far. Again, and I think that's what a lot of people miss about that.
Well, that's what I was going to say is I think there's a lot of different opinions about that video. I personally am of the opinion he is a troll. I think whether or not his opinions on this are sincere, I think he knows stating them in such a manner is going to get a reaction, and that's what he's looking for. That's my take on it.
Null from Kiwi Farms then tweets out, there's this new video and it's got some good reviews. And he basically tweets, he doesn't tweet a link to the video so that anyone can watch it. He just has a screenshot of the video, which the name of the song is I'm a Pedophile. So it's a picture of Max sitting on a school bus with the title I'm a Pedophile. And below it is my comment saying, I love this video. You know, it's hilarious. Well, actually, I didn't say it's hilarious. I just said, I love this video. So the obvious insinuation there is to try and show people, hey, Vito commented on this video that says I'm a pedophile and he says he likes it. Now, Null's not trying to put it into context and say, by the way, it's a funny parody song and that's what he's commenting on. He's trying to make it look like, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the insinuation, the kind of sneaky insinuation is Vito's going around saying he likes videos about pedophiles. Not videos that are you know, funny and whatever else. Videos that are like very obviously, he's like trying to say, oh, he's like, you know, supporting pedophilia. So I kind of got, yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, no, if you got more to say, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, so my initial thing was, I'm like, you know what? Fuck Null. This guy's a disingenuous piece of shit. He knows what he's doing. He knows that if he links the actual video, people are going to go, dude, it's a joke. Calm down. So I went into his thread and I'm like, here's the video. And everybody who commented, oh, Vito's a pedo supporter. I'm like, watch the video. Watch the video. Right. It's a joke. I can
understand that.
So that was me being like, dude, if this dude's going to take me out of context, I'm going to give people the context. I know that on Twitter, like, a lot of people are just like, oh, fuck context, because it's more fun to just, like, shit on people and, like, make them look bad by, you know, like, they'll take Vosh clips and cut off before he actually gets to make his point, so it sounds like he's supporting child porn.
Well, Vosh. I don't know.
Sure, but, like...
Is making a defensive Vosh the smartest?
No. But is it fair to take a clip of Vosh where, like, during the show he's talking about why child pornography is wrong, but they just clip him being like, why do you think child pornography is wrong? And then you go, oh, Vosh only asked that because he likes child pornography. Whereas if you watch the show, he then went on to go, here's why it's wrong. I don't like this disingenuous shit where like you take people out of context.
Hold on. Because
go ahead.
Now we're getting ahead of things. So if I could, first of all, you were talking about Josh from Kiwi Farms. I'm not a Kiwi Farms user. I've browsed it a couple times. I don't have an account. I've never posted. I have asked someone to post on my behalf as a message to Ralph before, because I know Ralph was checking his thread. I don't know. I don't have anything to do with Kiwi Farms.
And I'm not accusing you of that. Yeah.
Right. I would agree with I think Josh sometimes does post shit out of hand. Josh fires from the hip. He's looking for something to nail somebody on. And I mean, I think people even that are fans and supporters of Kiwi Farms can admit Josh is guilty of that. Josh, there's instances of Josh saying shit that's like blatantly like, okay, that's spurious. It could be true. It could just as easily be not true. Like, I think Josh is guilty of doing that a lot. I don't have any problems with Josh. I also don't like have any great love for the man. He's just, I don't know. Kiwi Farms is a completely separate entity to me.
Well, just to be clear, also, like, you know, this guy runs a forum that posts my public address, that posts my phone number. I'm getting crank calls,
and
because
I don't agree with that.
Which is why I went a little bit hard on all his followers.
Team, I would like to say nobody in this show supports doxing or supporting people's real or posting people's real names or addresses.
So when the guy who runs that forum is trying to be like the moral barometer for everyone else and making fun of me because I laughed at a joke, I went pretty hard on the guy, because I'm like, dude, like, you're the last fucking guy to tell me what's morally right or wrong. You literally run a forum that just exists to, I mean, you can say you hate Mrgirl or whatever the fuck else. He was getting death threats. He was getting people went to his old address. Thankfully, he wasn't there. They called up his mom and dad to harass them. So the idea that this guy's going to lecture me on like what's good or bad, I'm like, dude, fuck you. Okay, and I went pretty hard on the guy. And I know maybe that's not related to your point, but I want to put it in the context.
Isn't there something a couple times? You had a falling out with Randbot or Ralph, or was it Flame? I don't know.
I can put that in context.
Listen to Ralph in a lot. Yeah, I'm not trying to go at you with this. This is a genuine question that I want. I'm just asking. Yeah, what is your whole relationship with the Ralph retort?
So I never really listened to Ralph, but I was aware of him, and he seemed like an interesting guy. I didn't actually listen to his show, and he came to LA, and he was talking about. I don't know if he was on Twitter or whatever, but he was talking about he wanted to go, looking for used video games, which is like, a hobby I'm super into, and I know all the game stores in California.
I'm aware of that.
So so I was like, hey, Dick, tell Ralph I'm happy to take him around, at all the game stores. And then Ralph went to score drugs, so we ended up not doing that. But it was kind of how I, befriended the guy, and I don't remember if we hung out or not.
What drugs? Can I ask what drugs?
I wish I knew. He also crashed into my car on the way out of Dick's driveway.
You don't know.
No, dude, it's been like 2 years. I don't know, probably fentanyl or something. And then as he was backing out of the driveway, he nicked my car because he's whatever. He was driving a rental. I wonder if he got in trouble for that. So that wasn't great, but I was like, well, I don't know. It's interesting.
Both pick on Ralph.
Yeah, well, I'm not even picking on whatever. The guy's got obviously problems. So yeah, at one point, I don't know, we just kind of stayed in touch on Twitter, and then he was like, "Hey, do you want to come on my show?" I went on a show one other time, and it was just like stupid. But then he's like, "Hey, do you want to come on and actually, be there for the whole thing?" So I went on. The first thing was that guy Bibble. We were talking about George Floyd, and I was just like. I was like, look, man, there's two different coroners who say it was homicide. And Bibble, of course, was saying, no, that guy was on drugs and he's a piece of shit. So we had a big, long argument. And then immediately the topic turned to that Cuties movie, which had just got announced like that week.
Right. Well, that was a big thing at the time with you and Mrgirl and whatever. Like, you're crazy.
Well, no. Mrgirl hadn't made his review yet. This was when the movie got announced. Like, this was way ahead of time.
I guess maybe I should say you and Dick were kind of known for going in our circle of the internet, in our little tiny corner of the internet. You and Dick were known for going pretty hardcore.
Pedophilia is having either a primary or sustained attraction to children.
Saying that that's not a good take.
Saying you're attracted to children is not a take. It's saying
you're attracted to children might.
That's not an opinion. It's not saying it's good that I'm attracted to children. It's just stating an actual fact about himself. It's not a take.
Okay. Anyway,
a take would be if he said I'm attracted to children and that's good and we should encourage it. Like if he says I'm wearing a pink shirt and doesn't have an opinion on it, then it's not a take.
But it sounds to me, Vito, like you understand why people like are annoyed to this, why people had this reaction to it. So what is your problem with people?
No, I really honestly I don't understand the reaction to it.
You don't understand the reaction to it.
The reaction to his Cuties review, I was legitimately surprised that many people could miss the point.
Well, you've had problems with Randbot before, as you were mentioning Randbot. Didn't you have problems with him like being like
anti-Jewish
Holocaust denier? Yeah.
He's a racist. Like I don't like racists.
Well, I mean, I guess I hate to pull the reverse card on you, Vito, but have you ever considered that he's just making points that are too smart for you to get? Maybe he's nuanced beyond a perspective you can get. Maybe like people that get offended by that clearly can't have a serious conversation about that. Isn't that right, Vito? Like if you're going to get offended about that, you clearly can't have a conversation about it. Isn't that your whole argument about the pedophile thing?
If you think that, so you think Rand is not racist?
No, I'm not making that argument. I'm saying
who is making that argument?
Is being like Randbot worse than being like Mrgirl?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I guess we have a fundamental. I don't think that having legitimate hatred for
Jewish people
because of what they believe is good. I also don't think that having an attraction to children is good. Like I think that both of them are bad. I think there's nuance to each conversation. That's the point I'm trying to make to you, Vito.
I don't think
if you're going to be offended by what Randbot says without considering the truth that he might have to say behind it, then you're no better than the person that's offended about Mrgirl. Because they're not willing to consider the truths he might have to say behind it. You're
presenting this bizarre. No, I don't, because you're presenting this idea that Rand is secretly metagaming his racism to accomplish good in the world, to accomplish an important conversation. How is he doing that at all? Like, give me an example of where he's done that. Because Mrgirl, I can very specifically point you to. Here's his overall body of work.
The thing about Rand is I don't like Rand. I mean, I guess I kind of find him entertaining, but I'm not like going to defend Rand in any way.
Yeah, there's only so many Holocaust jokes that I go, you got any other jokes, buddy?
But that said, no. Like you said that, like, you know, Mrgirl is not actually a pedophile, correct?
Correct.
So Rand, like he's not killing Jews, he's not killing black people. Let him say what he wants to say. Who cares?
So Mrgirl again has a Mrgirl has a
Sorry, go ahead.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Mrgirl has a complete body of work which you can look at and examine. He has multiple videos on a variety of topics. I know where his moral barometer is, unless this is like some insane troll thing where you make multiple videos about. Again, he has a recent video about how he feels about the Derek Chauvin verdict. He has one where he goes into Black Lives Matter and how he feels about that. Like, I know what this guy's politics are, so when he makes a video that says I'm a pedophile, I'm like, oh, it's satire because it doesn't fit in with everything else he does and says. Like, I know it's satire. Rand does not have a body of work that says, actually, I love all races and I love the Jews, and this is me doing some high satire bit. So I have to go by what I see. With Mrgirl, I think people are judging him based on one or two pieces of work, and they're saying, that's all I need to paint a picture of this guy. Whereas I say, dude, if you go to his channel and watch his videos, no, he does not constantly like people try to say, well, he constantly says he's a pedophile. He doesn't do that ever. This is literally the one time he has made a video that says I'm a pedophile, and it's such a clear joke that I don't. again, the people who I think call him a pedophile, I think just are not
No.
engaging with what he's saying honestly.
I don't think he's a pedophile.
I'm glad to hear you say that, but a lot of people do. So he made a satirical video poking fun at those people, and I think it was smart and it was funny.
Yeah, I don't think you're a pedophile. I don't think Dex is a pedophile. I think that Dex is. Butthurt.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I think Butthurt is kind of butthurt about his conversation with Null, and that's why he kind of jumped into this whole thing. That's a whole different conversation. But I don't take things people say on the internet seriously. A lot of people here do. A lot of people on your side do, and I think that there's a little bit of a.
Well, I take what Rand does very seriously. He has a big audience that he's preaching racism to.
He does,
and he's
you think he doesn't have a big audience? He's nothing.
He has a more of an audience than I would like a guy for that to have. And the fact that Ralph platforms him and lets him come on there and spread these conspiracy theories to, they'll have 1,000 people watching a show.
Ralph doesn't have a big audience anymore either, though. Ralph is nothing.
I've seen him get 1,000, 1,500 people watching. I mean, it's more considerable, and I don't pull those numbers for a live stream. So I am concerned when I see guys who are preaching what I consider just. It's not even a joke. Like, I think they're legitimately preaching like racist hate theories, and I don't like seeing that. I don't understand why Ralph associates with that. I've told him myself. I'm like, I don't understand whatever jokes you get out of this guy. Like, yeah, it's fun to joke about the Jewish question or whatever, but at a certain point, you got to be like, this guy's not joking. There's no joke there anymore. Anyway, I don't know why we're on the topic of Ralph.
Speak to you.
I'll try, but I know Had like hates me, so I'll see what he wants to say.
I don't care for Had very much. So.
Well, he's here now, so.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is
What's up, Had?
Hey, what's up, boys? Nice to see you. Danny, you're doing a surprisingly good job. I thought you'd fumble it. You need to shut the hell up about the fact that everybody knows you called Vito gay. That's fine. That's the joke. The joke is you called him gay. He thinks that's too far, but whatever. My question for Vito is...
I'm going to call you gay, and you can...
No, go ahead. Call me nothing on the internet.
Wait, before we go on, I just want to say, there used to be a big stigma that all gays were were pedophiles. And I just
are homosexual. It is true.
I just think
let's get on with this, okay? Nobody cares. I got a question for Vito. So, Vito, you're stuck up on this idea that Mrgirl isn't a pedophile. That's correct, isn't it?
He's not a pedophile.
Well,
okay, but you've admitted now, because like it was always up in the air whether his like original video, whether it was like a meme or not, whether it was a troll. But you've honestly admitted that you think that him coming out and saying that he's attracted to 9-year-olds. Yes, as a friend of him, you believe that he is attracted to these 9-year-old girls.
I don't think are they 9? I don't know their ages, but yeah, he's admitted
these
to
underage girls.
Here's the thing.
Okay, so he's a pedophile.
Hold on, this isn't a new thing. He's admitted to this multiple times. If you look at the comments of his videos,
multiple times he's admitted that he's attracted to underage girls.
Yes.
So he's a pedophile.
Not by the clinical definition of that word.
What the fuck are you talking about? Clinical definition? The guy's attracted to underage girls.
That's not the clinical definition. He's not.
Read the clinical definition then. Let's Sargonite this. Tell me the definition of pedophile, Vito. I'm very interested.
Hold on. It is a paraphilia involving intense and recurrent is going to be the most important.
So he's done it multiple times, which you admitted.
When did I admit he did it multiple times?
Just literally 30 seconds ago, you said that multiple times, and previously he had admitted to it.
No. I've said that he's admitted to having been attracted to them once, multiple times. He has said, "Yes, I was attracted to them." While
go back 30 seconds. He said that, but go on.
No, I'm gonna challenge you on that point. I said that
I don't have to challenge you. The clip says it. Keep going. Keep reading the definition.
Okay. Let me. No, I want to address this point because it's very important. You can laugh, but it's important to the conversation.
It's funny, yeah. It's funny because you're now backpedaling. That's why it's funny.
I'm not. I'm clarifying what I previously said so you understand it. Mrgirl was attracted to the girls and cuties when he watched the movie, and he has admitted. and he has admitted to that multiple times.
So multiple times he's admitted that, yes. So multiple times he has had an attraction to underage girls. Continue with your yes, he has. Incorrect. You just admitted that. Oh my god.
No, I didn't.
Keep going with your clinical definition.
No, I want to really get this point across. Him saying multiple times that he was once attracted to children while watching a movie is not the same as having recurring fantasies about children. You understand the difference, right?
Well, he's had multiple reoccurring things where he's saying that he's attracted to children, correct?
No, incorrect. He on multiple occasions he has clarified that when he said in his Cuties review that he was attracted to the children in it, he was not lying. But
and he keeps having this. He keeps thinking about this because clearly he is, because he keeps talking about it.
He keeps being asked about it and answering honestly. He doesn't bring it up unprompted. People ask him, "Were you actually attracted to the girls in that movie?" And he said, "Yes." That's not him just bringing it up out of nowhere.
So he's reoccurring to that same moment in his brain, and he's going, "Yes, he is attracted to children in that moment."
So if I bring up to you an instance in your life multiple times, does that mean you're having recurring thoughts about it?
Well, clearly is, because he keeps thinking the same. He keeps thinking he has the same outcome.
I want to ask you seriously. Do you understand the difference between being asked a question about a one-time fantasy you had and having constant recurring fantasies? Do you understand the difference?
He is having a constant recurring fantasy because he won't shut the hell up about it. And despite being socially shamed of the fact that he's a pedophile, he won't shut the hell up about it because he knows that he's attracted to children. So he has repeatedly said that he is attracted to children. Continue with your big brain medical definition of the word pedophile.
No, I want you to give me examples of him constantly saying he's attracted to children.
Where else? Come on, please, I don't want to have to pull up a million fucking tweets to prove something that we both know is true. You have admitted. Yes, we do.
I think you're making up evidence.
We're both sitting here with the guy. We both know that he is attracted to children, and that he's continued to say that he is attracted to these children. So please continue with your definition. I've said to you.
Other than
what do you mean?
Give me any example.
That's the big fucking one. What do you want me to do? I point you to something where OJ murdered somebody? Well, he keeps saying it. He keeps having the reoccurring fantasy.
You said that's the big one. What other video?
Yes, that's the big thing. Like when OJ killed his fucking wife, that was the big thing, him killing his wife. In this case, it's him publicly admitting on a forum that he was attracted to children. That's what makes everyone in the fucking world think he's attracted to children.
So you admit that he's never admitted to any other attraction to children. You agree with that?
I believe he has multiple times on Twitter. He's having this reoccurring fantasy where he won't shut the hell up about how he's attracted to these children, and he won't redact his statement on it. So yes, I believe that he is having this reoccurring thing about how he won't be attracted to children. Yes, I believe that.
When else has he said, "I'm just attracted to children in general, nothing to do with cuties"? Has he ever said that?
He's having this reoccurring thing with regard to cuties. I know that off the top of my head.
Okay, so you would. So even if.
What about his newest video? What was the name of his newest video?
His newest video is called "I'm a Pedophile." So okay, that is a joke, and I'm pretty sure that we've all discussed that it's a joke, referencing the cuties incident. Does no one here accept that it's satire? Is somebody here going to say that's not?
I think it's satire, but I think he's shoving it in everyone's face, the fact that he's a pedophile and he got away with it.
I don't think it was referencing the cuties video. I think it was just.
I think he knows what he did. He knows he's attracted to children, and he knows that people are telling him that he's a fucking weirdo because he's attracted to children. Now he's shoving it in people's face through this song. That's what he's doing.
He directly references the Cuties review in that rap when he says,
"Yes,
the blonde."
I know. I'm not disagreeing with you, Vito. You're just giving exposition. All right. So you admit that the man is attracted. So you admit that the man is attracted to children and keeps your definition, which is I don't even know this medical one you've had, where apparently going on the internet and telling 10,000 people that you're attracted to children. Apparently that's not your definition of a pedophile. I don't know where the fuck that comes from. What are you talking about, Vito? This man is looking at pictures of children and getting aroused by them. He's looking at fucking these weird booty short shots of children and getting aroused by them. He's a pedophile. He's sexually attracted to children.
If you go and talk to a psychologist and you tell them, "I watched this French film which sexualizes children,"
and then he goes on, okay, but if you have one weird off-putting moment, but he's going on the internet talking about it, and he's not fucking going back on it, and there's another one. He goes on the fucking kill stream and he won't shut the hell up about it. And and also with the kill stream, what do you mean you don't know what the kill stream is, dude? Everybody knows the kill stream is anti-Semitic and all these other things. That's what it got banned from YouTube for. That's been in mainstream publications. The fact that you don't know that means you're just fucking retarded. I don't know what to tell you otherwise, man.
I thought it wasn't legitimately anti-Semitic. I thought those were just edgy jokes, but now I've
Did you not see the clips? Yeah, it is. And this is all like, I don't know if you, well then yeah, you're a fucking retard. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. You don't know who you're surrounding yourself with, and then you get surprised that, oh my god, I'm surrounded by alt-right figures. I have no idea how I got here. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? When Dick is bringing fucking, Nick Fluentes and all these other people on. You're going on Ralph's show. Do you know who Ralph is? Do you know how Ralph got famous? You don't know any of these things. So maybe you should fucking think for 5 seconds about the people you're surrounding yourself with. Because you've got fucking, white supremacists and pedophiles. These are the people you're surrounding yourself with. So what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I've never surrounded myself with any pedophiles, so I feel
yes, you have, Mrgirl. Like you can say, like the Dick Masterson thing. Like I think it's just he feels stupid and he's backing out and he wants to keep going along with it. But yeah, he is a pedophile. He's sexually attracted to children. He admits it, and so do you. You admit that it's not a bit. So in your mind, he's a pedophile. He's sexually attracted to children.
I don't know.
We're not talking about images. He's sexually attracted to children.
I don't associate with any pedophile.
You guys got about 5 minutes to sort this out before we're ending. We're gonna get close to ending the stream. So,
all right, I get it.
You can fix it.
All right, thanks,
again, if you go to any psychologist and you tell them I was attracted to children in this movie, but I have no other sexual thoughts about children, nor any.
But he didn't just go to a psychologist and be like, hello, I'm having this issue. He's not. He's going out on the internet and projecting it out to this world, projecting to the world that he's a pedophile. That's what he's doing. He's signaling out to the world.
Ed, you're having a discussion with yourself. There's no point. Are you going to let me just say anything? Can I talk?
I agree with that. Had let him have.
All right, go on.
Okay. If you go to a psychologist and you tell them I had sexual feelings while watching this one movie, they're going to ask you, do you have recurring thoughts about sexualizing children? Are they a primary sexual desire for you? Do you have, again, fantasies about children? You say, no, I just was attracted to the kids in this movie. They're going to tell you, you're not a pedophile. Go be with your adult girlfriend, which Mrgirl has, and you're perfectly normal. People have these kind of thoughts. It doesn't mean you're
he's not perfectly normal. If you watch some of his videos where he's talking to his girlfriend, it's like fucking weird and abusive.
Normal. I've never met a perfectly normal person. When I say perfectly normal,
anybody who's in the viewership, go ahead and watch the Mrgirl video where he's talking to his girlfriend. It's weird shit. It's like she's like clearly this abused woman. It's really weird.
I encourage everyone to go watch all of Mrgirl's videos because they're very well made and very interesting.
That's the thing, Vito.
Look up his videos. EIRL on YouTube, and I urge you to subscribe to this guy. He makes some of the most honest, interesting, well-produced content that I've seen on this platform. And it's a breath of fresh air compared to a lot of these YouTubers who just lie and deceive and then actually abuse children because they're liars and crooks and whatever. Whereas Mrgirl has made multiple videos about why sexualizing children is wrong and platforms that are doing it and abuses that he's seeing and what we should stop.
He is sexually attracted to children.
Wait, you say that it's perfectly normal to have like a one-time attraction to children. Does anybody in this call or even in the chat actually had an attracted to children? Because
one's in chat. If you haven't had a sexual attraction to a child and you think
let me bring up real quick again. We see some of the most common fantasies on these sites. Cheerleaders, schoolgirls, incest is the most popular Pornhub category.
That's
so
but you're not fucking kids.
But I believe that it is Mrgirl is not fucked a kid either.
No, but he's talking about how he wants to, how he's sexualizing them in this video.
If you can find any quote from Mrgirl where he says he wants to fuck a kid, I will give you $100.
The one where he's talking about how sexy he is and how the blonde one looks really good. I want to touch the blonde one.
If you can find an actual...
No, I'm not talking about that. That was the Q's review where he talks about, the blonde one. Man, I really want to touch her.
No, he doesn't say that.
Yes, he does. He goes, oh my god, the blonde one, she's so sexual. What the fuck are you talking about?
I want to touch her and I want to have sex with her. Does he say that in the video?
Do you know what sexual implication is, Vito?
He does not say that because it's not how He has never said.
Oh my god! You're gonna sit there and tell Atomic Demi that he can't make you. You know, there's no such thing as any logical jumps in every situation. We could admit that there's logical jumps and everything else. But when it comes to your friend, it's a logical jump. He's attracted to children. He's attracted to he's admitted that he's sexually attracted to children. I think that makes him a pedophile, and I think so does everyone else in the fucking world with ears and eyes. And if I showed that clip if I showed that clip to anybody on the street, what would they say about the guy?
I think I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Now you're feigning ignorance. You don't think that if I showed the clip of the 32-year-old man talking about how he's sexually attracted to this one child in this movie and how he just wants he likes the blonde one the most. Like,
the opinions of the masses do not matter when compared to the actual statistic or scientific, clinical definition of the term.
Understood. 60 seconds.
There you go. Okay, I'll wrap it up. Here. Vito knows. He's even admitted that the masses, aka fucking everyone watching the stream, and everyone knows that his friend's a pedophile. He feels bad because he knows that his
hate
friend bad. No, they don't. No, they don't. Masters don't hate homosexuals. What are you talking about? Gay marriage is legal everywhere. You're a fucking retard, Vito. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, big guy. Everybody knows your friend's a pedophile. If I showed that clip to anyone off the street, you've admitted that it's not.
With yourself, I know you want to rant and get the final word. I get it.
No,
you don't like.
No, what is your thing? What is your thing? Please explain to me how your friend who's sexually attracted to children is not a pedophile. By all means.
I urge people
definitions and clinical things all day that you don't know fucking shit about. So it's not like you can sit there.
I know more about it than you. You didn't know the definition of the word. You admit that. I urge people to go watch Mrgirl's body.
You had to look at the definition of the word. You were looking at it on Google. What the fuck do you mean? You're not a clinical psychologist. Don't pretend like you are.